How's everyone doing? This is Ohio Wood Burner and my name is Joe. It's evening right now. I'm making some bundles. I'm going to make 45 bundles for a delivery to a convenience store. I had a real busy day today. I was running the machine. I did some maintenance around the yard. I had to get the truck loaded up. So right now it started to rain and that just gives me a good opportunity to make bundles. I'm in the garage, I'm dry. And let me show you how I got everything set up. The bundles we're making are the 3/4 of a cubic foot bundles. These are the ones that I use my labels. I had a lady that made these labels for me. I bought the UPC code. Whenever I make these, I like to make them look nice, and I make a wheelbarrow full of smalls. Anytime I stack these into the cradle, sometimes you get some airspace, and I'll use these to fill in the gaps, and it just makes for a nice tight bundle. I like to use the ash firewood. It just makes a nice bundle. I try to get the bark off of it, but some of these do have the bark. And I load all these up into my Ultratech dump trailer and I bring them into the garage. It just keeps everything out of the rain. These have been sitting in here since yesterday and they haven't been rained on for a while. They're nice and dry. What I've learned is when you wrap a bundle of firewood that has just been rained on, the wood swells, and that stretch wrap that you put around it, when the wood dries out, it shrinks and it makes the wrapping go slack, and it makes for an unprofessional bundle. This is the wrapper. It's a twister. It's made in Minnesota, and I've had it since the winter, and I've made a few bundles with it. I think it works fine. I've been experimenting with my shrink wrap, and the problem that I'm having with this shrink wrap was our garage flooded and the bottom of the cardboard got wet, and that has kind of screwed up the way that it tensions. So you're gonna see me fiddling with this more than I normally do. This is the nut that you use that presses this plate into the cardboard tube, and that's what creates your tension, because you want this wrap. It just doesn't wrap around the wood, it stretches it, so it just squeezes the logs together and it makes a nice tight square package. I keep harping on this belief that firewood, everything that I do with firewood has got to be fun, because you have to work your whole life, and maybe your job is fun for you and you enjoy it, but firewood is a tough industry because of all the lifting and bending and twisting, and banging your knuckles and getting splinters and all. And if it isn't fun, this probably isn't the industry that you should be in. I always say that maybe I should have got into pillow delivery. But the question of the day is, and this is coming from our friend Daniel Atkins, and I'll put a link to his channel below. What has firewood done for me? If you have been a subscriber to this channel for a while, you know my backstory, but I will make clear, that what firewood did for me was it put me in a position to where I could take a short sabbatical from my career to care for my dad, who at the time was in declining health. There was a number of circumstances that all came at me at once, where my job was being sent to the Philippines and Dad wasn't doing well, and the plan was I would take a short break from my career and I would take care of him, and when he were to pass, I would go back to my career. But Dad and I, we got to spend about 18 months. He lived longer than what we were expecting, and that was awesome. Walking away from your job is kind of scary, but the firewood business was there, and it wasn't making any money at the time, but it gave me that confidence to where there was something that was in the works that could help me take care of them. So, and I wasn't all by myself. I had my whole family. We had a team built around Dad, and with my wife and my kids and my sister's family. So it's not like I did it all by myself. And and things get tough. If you've ever been a caregiver in that kind of situation, my hat is off to you, because it's not easy, and it really tests everyone who's involved. But for the most part, I cherish those times, because I got to spend them with Dad, and we got to see each other probably at our best. And that is something that Firewood gave to me, because I don't know if I could have done it without it. You still got to have gas in the gas tank. You still got to keep the house, and that the little income that I was getting from Firewood at the time, gave me the confidence that I could pull this off. Well, what I didn't know that was going to happen through all that was, the business was going to take off. And the plan was, when Dad were to pass, I was just going to go back to my day job. But when that day came, it was a year ago this week in October. I'm up to, I think it was 11 restaurants at the time, and a growing residential. And I talked it over with the wife, and she gave me the thumbs up, and here we are. And the whole family helps, and it's been great. So that's what Firewood. Okay, it's given me the opportunity to finally build a brand, something that has my name on it, something that we're proud of, that can be a family legacy. But the bottom line was, when I needed something there to bail me out, taking care of Dad, there it was. But Firewood's also given me a broken ankle. It's given me a bad case of Firewood shoulder, to where I couldn't even pick my arm up over my head for about 2 months. It's given me numerous smashed fingers, cuts on my shins, dirt in my eye. It's given me all that. But no big deal, a price to play in the industry. I remember when this was right before the master plan was hatched with my dad. They sent my job to the Philippines. My boss had me already set up with 2 other jobs at different companies. She liked me. And I pretty much had the job. I was there in the interview process, and I'm talking to this guy, across the table. And it's funny, all I could think about was Firewood. It was weird. I was thinking about, making it. I had a different processor at that time, and it was just weird. It was like someone was talking to me about, this is not the right decision right now. And geez, when I think about how, we all had our hands full with Dad, if I was, working in a different city and that job required travel. Anyhow, I am so fortunate, that Firewood allowed me to have that opportunity. And it goes farther than that too. My oldest daughter, as many of you know, who's appeared in a couple of these videos, she plays softball in college. And this winter, in February and March, I was able to just stop everything that I was doing and fly to Florida and check out all of her games. And that was right before, the country shut down because of the pandemic. But, had I had that real job, that would have never happened. Because I would have just started it and they would have never allowed me to take a whole week off of work, from the very beginning. So, those are, it's not just the fact that it's a home business, and it's a sole proprietor, but it's that, it's something that you're doing that you're passionate about. I'm not selling pillows or importing toys, where it's just something that you're doing to make a buck. It is something that you're passionate about, and it's firewood. 45, and I have some left over. I think in the morning I'm going to just go ahead and bundle these up, and then I'll have some extras laying around. I want to thank everyone for hanging out with me tonight. Let me know your thoughts and tell me what you think about firewood. I'd love to hear it. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. If you get a chance, please check out our online store and look at our shirts and stickers that we have for sale. I think that you'll really like our selection. Everyone, have a great day.